Okay, welcome to another Trailmakers showcase. Only one plane this video, or should I say jet. So this aircraft is not yet complete. I plan on making a separate, well, this version of it's complete, but I plan on making another version that is a bit more, like, actually, like, accurate, so it'll have landing gear, maybe it's air brakes, if I can find a way to actually fit those to it. And I think that's about it, really. Maybe like a altitude warning sort of system, maybe. But we have the F-16, which honestly I am very, or well, my version, well, my interpretation of the F-16. So yeah, let's go through all of its controls. We have okay, so we have the roll, obviously, but see, when I was making this, I kept trying to, like, look up if, like, the tail fins could also articulate to assist with roll, but I couldn't really come up with much, well, mainly because it's, like, very late right now, and I just really don't feel like searching for several hours. If I do find something out, I'll definitely change it. It'll be a very easy change, to be completely honest. Then we have the elevators, which was quite a pain to have to hook up. So, if we go into the builder here, this thing only weighs 923 kgs, which, for a lot of the jets I've made, they weigh like 1,000. Well, to be fair, I've built a lot of Soviet jets in the past, or originally I would have built a lot of Soviet jets on my other profile on Xbox. Uh, but yeah, so pretty much if these things, in order to keep these angled, there is a steering hinge in there and a distance sensor. Distance sensor keeps those angled. So no matter what happens, those are always angled. But uh-oh, they scrape against the side of the hull when because there's not enough space. How do I fix that? Well, pistons, of course. Honestly, one of the most versatile blocks in the game if you know how to use them. And piston. So, piston at 0.07. That keeps it just enough away from the thing that it doesn't affect much. So, or it doesn't affect it at all. So that way, when normal, boom. Very, very, very smooth. Also, distance sensor also keeps those things at the bottom angled out. Okay, I forgot this thing likes to veer in one direction due to the things on the bottom. So, yeah, it's got a bit of a problem with that. But yeah, there's camera blocks on the wingtips, which are used to, like, because I didn't want to use, like, the 1x2 cone piece, because that felt a bit too sharp, and the 3D model of the F-16 I was looking at didn't really have... I'm assuming those are, like, missile racks for, like, air-to-air missiles. But, yeah, they weren't pointed looking, so I used a camera block to round them out. So, yeah, even though the cone blocks would have been better aerodynamics-wise, but, yeah, I just didn't feel like doing that, just so it could look a bit more accurate. And not to mention, it goes a comfortable speed anyway. I can't... Okay, let's actually take off now. So, as we take off, I tried putting the gun in the correct position on the, like, embedded in the fuselage on this side, where just below those rounded things on the top. So, yeah, I tried to put them there, or the gun there, but it just wouldn't fit in. So, yeah, I'll try to find a workaround for that. But this jet was actually quite the hassle. So the main problem I experienced when I first built this jet is that it kept wanting to nose down, which compared to my other jets, is actually a good problem to have, because that means that it is actually likely very stable, and normally jets that nose up won't perform as well. But yeah, it is very maneuverable due to the angles of which the elevators can. Oh, jeez. Let's maybe not get kamikaze by a pirate plane. Yeah, so as you can see, it has pretty okay firepower. I'll definitely make a version that has a bit more ordnance attached to it, like bombs and stuff, but for now, this is the only the F-16 has. It just has a stock logo. Very, very stock. But yeah, very maneuverable. And we got pilots. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Why did we spawn here, actually, now that I think about it? I never spawn here. I always spawn at this one. Not even sure why it wouldn't spawn me. Okay. There we go. Yeah, let me try and get it up to its top speed for you guys. So as you can see, it is very level in flight, which took forever to get that nice balance in. Honestly, there is quite a bit. Actually, this thing went through a lot of modification. Originally, it was going to be 4 blocks longer than it is now, but I was like, okay, proportionally, that is way too big. That is way too long. It pretty much got to the point where it started looking more like an F-18 than an F-16, or like F-18 in length, I should say, or well, the F-18 because it kind of looked needly. And honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of American jets, but the F-16 is definitely a pass. It's a it actually might be one of my favorite jets for United States. Though if we're talking favorite jet overall, then I hate to break it to you. Well, actually, then it would be a competition between the Tornado IDS and probably the Su-27. The Su-57 is pretty neat, but I just don't like the overly modern look of it. It looks a bit too modern for my taste. I love that nice Cold War look. Also, I kind of wish the vertical stabilizers did a bit more to keep the aircraft, vertically stable, but it's Trailmakers. It's not supposed to be like, oh, realistic flight simulator or whatever. But yeah, go on, come here. And down you go. Right in the ground where you belong. But yeah, it is very stable in flight, and I will actually show you how I fixed the nosing down problem. If it wouldn't despawn my plane every time I spawn, it doesn't even want to give me my plane anymore. Oh, thank you. Thank you, game. So, how did I fix the nosing down problem? Well, since I put a wing inside the fuselage, which really tanked the speed, so the speedometer is set currently. It's just supposed to be like a speedometer, so it's just showing you its speed. It's not supposed to activate anything, but if you wanted to like make it activate something, I guess. But yeah, it was supposed to go 815, but due to me wanting to fix the issues, I put in a modular wing but since modular wings only really work if the top of the block is exposed, or at least the top and or bottom of the block, I believe, I had to keep a space open. Then I also put these in because if you think about how air would flow over the block, the air on this block would be forced under and like down and under, which would give lift. Or at least that's how I view how physics work in this game. or at least I'm hoping that's actually true. I'm pretty sure it is, because I feel like I've gotten pretty accustomed. Oh, also those little things at the bottom make it very bouncy. So, yeah, landing gear variant definitely going to happen at some point. So yeah, it is very nimble, very speedy, and honestly, my favorite American jet. There is definitely a lot. Well, I won't say a lot. But there is quite a few changes I want to make to this thing. So I want to kind of maybe reshape the top of the fuselage. Maybe get it to look a bit more rounded. I definitely want to try it so just behind the tail fins is where the air brakes are supposed to be. So I kind of want to figure out a way to do those, which is going to be a task in of itself. And let's see. Of course, the landing gear. Also, I really need to shape the bottom of this, because for the 3D models I looked at, I only realized until like I was like finalizing the model that it kind of goes back a ways from where that little like intake is. So yeah, definitely a few changes are going to need to be made. I do hope to hear your thoughts on my F-16 and any features you think I should shove into this thing that are how. Okay, no, I'm fine. I'm calm. I'm totally relaxed. Totally. That totally. I'm totally not gonna go God mode either, or revenge kill. But yeah. I'm pretty sure the F-16 had flares, right? It'd be pretty odd if it didn't. For a 1970s aircraft, I imagine it would. How did I not? Okay. We're gonna do one more air engagement, then that's gonna be the video. Okay, that's him down. Okay, I've tagged him. Thank God for auto aim. Imagine if, like, the Trailmakers devs expected you to just play through this actually, I dare someone to do a video on that. Doing the Airborne campaign only with non-aim assisted weapons. I suppose it'd be pretty easy because you don't even have to kill the planes, so I suppose that is pretty easy. Not to mention, they actually buffed these, the airborne campaign planes, so now they're pretty much identical to the functionality of the space map ones. Which I hope they do more air-related combat stuff. Or at least, maybe, like, because, honestly, for air combat, Pioneers was barren. Well, mainly because, like, that wasn't like the primary goal. Like, airborne is supposed to be the airborne map, but it kind of feels like sometimes you could just make a car of sorts just to, get from place to place on the airborne map. But it is what it is. Anyway, let me just... Now, that was my... Oh, there's also... Oh, also inside the cockpit, you have altitude sensor, speed, spit out... Jeez, I'm spitting everywhere. I need to... Okay. Yeah, is... Okay. That is my F-16, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and you know what? I hope to see you in the next one. I plan on building an F-15 and F-14, F-15, and F-18 at some point. So, so yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.